Hello YouTube, my name is Venator, and I hope you all are having a wonderful Saturday. In today's video, we are back on the Petits EU server, continuing our Tyrannosaurus Rex adventure with my buddy Tuggy. And today, hopefully we will get these guys all the way to entombment, but I don't know if that will happen. So you guys be sure and stick around to the very end, because it is a pretty crazy ending, I have to say, but I don't want to spoil that for you guys. So without further ado, we're going to jump right into the action. If you guys enjoyed the video, please drop a like or comment below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And we're jumping right in here with a little Triceratops hunt. We noticed this pack of raptors had these two trikes cornered, so we made our approach. And if you couldn't tell from the title of the video, today we're going to be doing a lot of apex hunting. We're going to see just how many Triceratops and other Rexes that we can take down. And here, unfortunately, even though I was in stealth mode, these guys saw me just before I could get behind the tree and cover. So since the jig was up, we decided to just run straight after them. Activating our murder sprint, we knew that we could run these guys down before they could get to a defendable position. And as it turns out, well, they weren't really that big at all. We were able to just basically one-tap them. And since these raptors had basically been the reason that we spotted these guys, I figured, you know what, I'll go over here and give them a little piece of meat, little reward for their actions. And then Tuggy, even feeling more generous, decided to give him one of the trike bodies, seeing that this other body would probably fill us up. After that, we decided to head out and leave West Rail and make our way over to the Highlands area. As you guys know, West Rail and Highlands are probably my two favorite areas to hunt as a large Tyrannosaurus Rex. But as we were making our way over there, I had to step away for a few minutes to take a phone call. And while I was sitting in this bush, we had another small trike run right by. And so Tuggy was able to come out and get another nice Triceratops kill. Albeit this guy was quite a bit smaller, but hey, can't pass up the opportunity when it runs right in front of you. And so, as we were making our way into Highlands, thanks to the awesome third-person camera of the Rex, I was able to spot this stego running straight at us. By the time he realized it, it was too late. Even though he was a fairly decent-sized stego, we could still half-pin him, and at that point, the two of us against him, there's not much he can do. Now, I will say, in the upcoming horde test, stegos are going to get quite the buff. They're going to be removing traumatic thrombosis, and I think we'll be making it an unlock for entombing, maybe on bleed resistance. Not sure how that's going to shake out, but stegos are about to be a lot more dangerous than they already are. And that night, as we were creeping through Highlands, we found a lone prime Triceratops. So we set up an ambush and went right on the attack. And there we go. Another Triceratops kill. Now, unfortunately for this guy, sucks that he was alone. Would have been nice to have a fun little 2v2, but hey, it is what it is. Unfortunately, that's where I had to call it with my pal Tuggy. The next time I logged into Highland, I logged in right in front of a very large mile. And I could use the food, so I immediately pinned him and killed him. And his buddy came over here to try and help, and he would have died too, but lucky for him, there was a little hipsy that blinded me, and I could not see anything. Honestly, that's the first time I've probably been like actually really blinded by a hipsy as a land dino in a long time. But anyway, I couldn't let that stand, so the hipsy, well, he had to go. And so after filling up on this Maya, my hunger troubles were solved. It's time to meet up with one of my friends, Riley Boy. You guys probably remember him from the Horde test grow. He was growing a Rex on Petits, so we made our way over and met up right outside Highland Lake. Acted like it wasn't me at first, just to mess with him a little bit. And then I messed up the 2 call, and we didn't group. So we sat here and just kept making a lot of noise, letting everybody know we were up. And that night, I noticed a pack of Saras had 2 dibbles cornered up against Highland Lake on the north side. And since they were right at the water's edge, I knew there probably wasn't a prime dino in here, or he would have already grabbed one of them. So Riley crossed the water at the channel just to that way it would keep the dibbles and the Saras distracted if he came out. But I had an idea. I wanted to see if I could swim all the way across the lake and get one of the dibbles behind. I mean, you guys know me. I'm a dino main, so just felt right. And I'll be honest, I cannot really believe that that actually worked. And then Riley was able to come over and get a Sarah, who for some reason thought it would be a good idea to sit and try and bite me. Guess they didn't really realize that I had a buddy that was sneaking around from the other side. And since I was out of stamina, I had to sit in this bush and regain it. Just after it had completely filled up, had this aloe run over to our corpse pile to see if he could snag a bite. Pretty bold of him, seeing how close it was next to the water. And he was trying to drag it away, but he was worried about the wrong apex. But unfortunately, Riley Boy and I didn't get to play together for too long, as we both had to log off shortly after those kills. But anyway, the next time I was on, I was making my way through West Rail, through some heavy fog. And that's when I heard some herbies, and so I activated stealth mode and found a group just lounging in the middle of West Rail, and was able to get this Maya who was laying down in the open. The fog, well, it made perfect cover. So after that Maya, I continued on my path as I was going to meet up with another one of my friends, and you guys will probably recognize him. It's Mr. Sniper Dude himself. And he was in need of some food, so we went back to the Maya that I had just killed so he could fill up his hunger. And as you can see, I'm approaching peak prime, currently 12.1 tons. And since he was still growing a little bit, I think he was only around maybe 9 tons at the time, we decided to go up to the puddle just outside of West Rail and try and do some ambush hunting. As we were approaching, we heard some small dinos at the puddle. And this Tenno, after seeing the first Rex, thought that he could slide by this rock and unknowingly ran right into my mouth. Poor guy. Anyway, as you can see, we didn't have much luck hunting at the puddle, and since our hunger was below half, we decided it was time to move on. And that's when we heard these Triceratops, and it sounded like that they were pretty big. And since they were in the compound, I thought this fight was going to be very difficult, but I don't know if these were new trike players or what, but one of the trikes, as you guys are going to see, was a little overzealous in his fighting ability, and he kind of charged out right at us, which made this fight go a lot quicker than I thought it was going to. That poor guy had a nice skin too. And they were nesting, and it looks like these Sarahs, baby Sarahs, slaughtered all the younglings. So I gave him a nod that the corpses in there were theirs and we wouldn't mess with them. So after filling up our food, it was off to a bush to heal up. And while it looks like I took some damage, which, I mean, I did. I took a couple hits there that I probably shouldn't have, but didn't get to wounded, so still a successful fight. And then not long after those two Triceratops, we found another lone Triceratops who was in the middle of West Rail. And he saw us coming, so we activated the murder sprint and ran him down. That way he couldn't head to the rock. There's a certain rock that he's running towards that you can back up on and you're basically invincible. So as long as we could catch him before he got there, this guy didn't really stand a chance. I guess this Omni and Carno were friends with the Trike. I don't know. Not really sure what was going on there, but they would not stop harassing us. So they had to have been friends. Oh well. Either way, the Trike went down. So after we healed up, we decided to make our way back over to Highlands to see if we could do some ambush bush hunting. Like you guys have heard me say, these very large bushes are great to hide behind. See how I can use my camera and scout over these. These aloes have no idea I'm even in their area. And since I saw them so early and saw the direction they were heading, I could tell that they just stopped in this bush. I just ran straight in and landed a crush bite on whichever one was the unluckiest. Turns out it was that guy. Tried to run down this one, but he was just fast enough to evade my murder sprint. And after not finding much else in Highlands, we were kind of getting back into hunger trouble. So we made our way back to West Rail, where we found 2 medium-sized stegos out in the open. So we went into ambush mode to see if we could cut these guys off before they escaped into the jungle. And I'll be honest, these guys kind of threw me for a loop. This one was still in the bush, and the other one ran off. I don't know how my crush bite didn't land, but I guess he ran through the other side of the bush, and then Sniper was able to find him. And we thought the second one would have bolted and ran off, but we never really saw him or could pick up any tracks. So we continued to check for the bushes, and then finally, Sniper found him as well. And after killing these 2 stegos, we had noticed 2 Rexes way off in the distance on the other side. We filled up a little bit of food, and at this point, I was kind of itching for a fight. So I figured, you know what? We've had a really good run on this. We might as well go out here and see if these 2 wanted to tango. So I started walking out in the open and let out a 1 call to make our presence known. And at first, it didn't seem like they were too interested. I don't know if they could really tell that we were calling at them, but either way, I figured, you know what? Better just double check and make sure that they know I'm close. Let out another 1 call, and then finally, that got their attention. And since they reciprocated the call, we knew the fight was on. So I hope you guys enjoy this Rex 2v2. It's a little long, but I figured, might as well show you guys the whole fight with nothing cut out. And for those of you that are new to the game or Rex in general, basically, once you're both leg broken, that's pretty much it for the fight. There's not a lot you can do, because after your leg broken, as you can see, you can just hack into your opponent until they eventually go down. Just have to play it careful and not take too many bites. And since these guys were really focusing Sniper Dude, I didn't even get put to wounded health, so we could take this slow and do what we needed to do and heal up and finish these guys off and keep them walking. But as you guys are going to see, it takes a little bit. But I wanted to show you guys this entire process of collecting our bounty. Because if you don't play on Petites, well, Prime Rexes have a price on their head. You get coins for every single one of them you kill. I think it's 300. I'm not exactly sure. I can't remember 100% on them. Either way, coins are coins. And at this point, all I really needed to do was sit down and get my stamina back. Sniper had enough of his stamina back that he could keep them walking. So I kind of cut off line of sight and decided to go ahead and sit down. And these guys would do the same. They'd make their way over to this bush, and this is going to be a little pause in the fight, but still, like I said, wanted you guys to see this whole thing. And since I had my stamina up, I could basically just walk with these guys and regain my stamina. But I noticed they were going to the spot I was talking about earlier, and you guys are going to see. You can walk up this rock, and if they both get up there, then we can't really get behind them, and we have to walk into their bites. So, Sniper, he'd healed up enough and had enough stamina that he was on his way to catch up with me, and we would finish these guys off once and for all. And after that 2v2, we headed to Highlands, where we found another Rex pair. And these guys were significantly better. And I made a lot of mistakes in this fight. As you can see, I erroneously hit the flip there early, and I'll do it again, but didn't play nearly as well in this fight. Unfortunately, this fight did not go as well as the others. And after he had us both leg broken, that was pretty much it. We got one of them leg broken, and we were probably pretty close on the other guy. Had I played that better, I think the sniper and I definitely could have won this. But that's just how it goes. I'm not a pro at Rex fighting by any means. You know, you guys know I'm a Dino main, so I've spent the majority of my time in the water, so I'm still practicing and honing my Rex fighting. And it doesn't help because the Rex fighting is pretty buggy and janky, but either way, these guys were the better Rex on this day. They got us. And so unfortunately, this is where our Rex is going to finally go down. It was a really good life, and these guys played a really good fight. And that's just how it goes on the Isle sometimes. GG to those two. But anyway, that's where we're going to call it. So we'll see you all next time, and happy hunting.